Hello everybody, welcome to ChinesePod. I'm Joy.
And I'm Joe.
And today we're going to talk about something amazing that I love, which is
food.
Especially food from different countries. What's one of the favorite foods that you have from anywhere?
I do enjoy a good French bread or a good French croissant.
Croissant. Me too. And I love a good 中国菜 as well.
中国菜.
What is your favorite Chinese dish?
Oh, 小笼包 is very tasty.
Oh, a steamed dumpling. Okay, so today we're going to talk about different food from different countries and some ways to describe different flavors. So I would like you to listen for these few words in the dialogue. We have 中国菜, 日本菜, 印度菜, 法国菜. All right, let's get to the dialogue.
Yes.
我们吃中国菜吧。
太油了。
日本菜呢？
太淡了。
印度菜呢？
太辣了。
法国菜呢？
太好了。
我们吃中国菜吧。
太油了。
日本菜呢？
太淡了。
印度菜呢？
太辣了。
法国菜呢？
太好了。
我们吃中国菜吧。
太油了。
日本菜呢？
太淡了。
印度菜呢？
太辣了。
法国菜呢？
太好了。
So now that we have just seen the dialogue, let's break it down line by line.
我们吃中国菜吧。
Let's have Chinese food.
我们吃中国菜吧。
Let's have Chinese food.
我们吃中国菜吧。太油了。
That's too greasy.
太油了。
That's too greasy.
太油了。日本菜呢？
What about Japanese food?
日本菜呢？
What about Japanese food?
日本菜呢？太淡了。
That's too bland.
太淡了。
That's too bland.
太淡了。印度菜呢？
What about Indian food?
印度菜呢？
What about Indian food?
印度菜呢？太辣了。
That's too spicy.
太辣了。
That's too spicy.
太辣了。法国菜呢？
What about French food?
法国菜呢？
What about French food?
法国菜呢？太好了。
That's good.
太好了。
That's good.
太好了。All right, let's get started with the first sentence. It says, very enthusiastically, 我们吃中国菜吧.
That means let's have Chinese food.
Yeah, and so it's a suggestion. So it's like, how about we do this? And you can see at the very end of the sentence, we have the word ba.
And ba is used to make any kind of suggestions, like your proposals, right?
Yeah. So in the sentence structure, it's let's, and then a kind of verb, which is to eat some kind of food or cuisine. Ba. So it's like, how about let's do this? So this person is like, no, I don't want Chinese food. What are the different other kinds of foods that appear in the dialogue?
We had 印度菜.
印度菜. So that's Indian food.
Then we had, 日本菜.
日本菜. That's Japanese food.
And 法国菜.
法国菜. That's French food, which is what they finally decided to have. So just a note here, when you put the country and the word cai, cai literally means vegetable, but when you have this vegetable from a certain country, it's referring to the cuisine.
I wonder, why do I never find Germany in these lists? Like when we talk about cuisine or something, I never hear about Germany, but I feel kind of insulted sometimes. No.
Maybe it's because Germany is famous for German sausages and pretzels. And I couldn't think of anything else.
Okay, that's a good take already.
But let's put it into the sentence.
So we can take any kind of country there, right?
Yeah.
So I could just say 德国菜。那我们吃德国菜吧。
我们吃德国菜吧。So we don't just have to eat all the time, even though that's what I would love to do. Let's put some other verbs in that sentence structure.
For example, we could drink as well, right?
What would you like to drink?
我们喝咖啡吧。
我们喝咖啡吧. So it's like, let's have a coffee, shall we? What else can we drink? Tea.
Tea. 我们喝茶吧。
我们喝茶吧. What other verbs?
What other verbs? Pretty much everything, actually.
我们去。
去。我们去公园。好吧。
我们去公园吧. Let's go to, 去 is to go, to the park. 我们去公园吧. So anytime you've learned a verb and you want to make a suggestion of doing something, you can place this in this type of structure.
我们 then the verb, and 吧
Okay, so the man has a complaint. The food is too greasy.
too greasy 太油了。
太油了. So we have the sentence structure 太, and a description, an adjective here, ending with le, which is concluding the sentence, a particle that comes at the end. When we say something is 太, it's like it's too something. And 太油了 can be a standalone sentence by itself.
Too greasy. So, but we can use any adjective. So we have other adjectives in the dialogue as well. We have, for example, what was 日本菜 was 太淡了。
太淡了. Too bland. So picky.
Yes. What was the other one? 太
辣
了.
Indian
Too spicy.
Too spicy. 太辣了. This is a good place to talk about the different flavors.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so we have 4 flavors in Chinese that we use very often, which are
酸、
酸、
甜、
甜、
苦、
苦、
辣。
辣.
Like sour, sweet, spicy. No, sour, sweet, salty, spicy, right?
Bitter.
Bitter.
苦.
酸、
甜、
甜、苦、
苦、
辣。
辣.
辣。
And the interesting thing is that it actually follows the tones. 酸 first tone, 甜 second tone, 苦 third tone, 辣 fourth tone. So this is a good way to remember, and it kind of rolls off your tongue the different classic flavors. So you can say 太酸
太酸了。
What would be 太酸了?
太酸了。
Like plum juice or
德
something.
国酸菜 like German sauerkraut.
Oh yeah, 好酸. 太酸了. So we can do 太甜了.
太甜了。What would be too sweet?
American brownies or cookies.
Cheesecake something. Yeah.
Lots of sugar.
But I love sweet actually.
太苦了.
太苦了. Too bitter.
Bitter melon.
Bitter
Some
melon.
people don't like that Chinese dish, but it goes really well with scrambled eggs. 太苦了, some people would say. Or, as we have the Indian food here, we have 太辣了.
太辣了.
Too spicy. Okay, so we can also use 太 and 了. We can differentiate between if we're describing something good and something bad, or a positive or a negative association. So for example, this person says 太油了, he doesn't like that. We can also say 太忙了.
太忙了 like too busy.
So sorry, I can't. 太忙了. Or the weather these days, 太热了.
太热了.
It's bad. But interestingly, in the very last sentence of the dialogue, this person agrees. The guy's finally happy. What does he say?
He said 太好了.
太好了.
We can use it for something positive as well. It's not always like negative and oh that's too that to that to that. It can be like wow that's too good
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
so great. So it's like that. So he starts by saying something negative, and then he's like, oh, actually, that's great. So instead of 太好了, we can also say 太棒了.
太棒了.
太棒 is also that's great. So what else is positive?
For example, handsome.
Oh,
太帅了.
你吗?
当然.
Self-complimenting. It's very good, very healthy.
Or
太帅了.
or beautiful. 太美了。
太美了 哦，谢谢 So you can say 太帅了 for man, 太美了 for woman, handsome and beautiful. So 太 can be used to describe anything that's positive or negative with an adjective. And 了 at the end to finish the statement. Okay, so the woman makes another proposal. She says, 日本菜呢?
So we had like ba for making a suggestion in the beginning. And now we have ne. Normally you use ne for saying something like and you. Or for example, you learn that when you learn Chinese in the very beginning, like when you greet somebody, you say 你好吗? And then you would be like
我很好你呢?
你呢 would be like and you. What about you?
And how about you? Okay, so that's a good point because 吧 is a statement that you start with. And 呢 is a follow-up stating an alternative. So 吧, it's like, let's do this, period. And then 呢 is, and how about this, question mark. So it's kind of like a comeback for an alternate suggestion.
Okay.
So in this case, we have 日本菜呢? How about Japanese food? What are the other options?
印度菜呢?
印度菜呢? How about Indian food?
And 法国菜呢?
法国菜呢? Which the man loves.
Yes.
He's okay with that. So we can put that as something that you respond with when you're making another suggestion.
Okay, so like returning a question maybe after refusal, or if we have the Nina, just returning a question in general.
Yeah, exactly.
And how about
Yeah,
something,
how about?
something. Okay.
Let's practice with the two other verbs we mentioned before. Do you remember?
喝 and 去.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you wanted to make a suggestion of what to do, you could say
那我们喝茶呢?
喝茶呢? So I might have made a suggestion of what to do, and he's like, no. I want to suggest something else. 喝茶呢? Or I'm like, 不要.
那我们去公园呢?
去公园呢?好.
Okay.
It's like, oh, I like the park, so I'm going to say yes.
Okay, so we are not having tea, but we're going to the park. Okay, cool.
Okay, let's review what we've learned with our own dialogue. What sentence structures did we have?
We had 我们 something something 吧 to make a suggestion.
Initial suggestion.
Then we had 太 adjective 了 to say something is too something,
As a response.
either positive or negative. And we had 呢, so to make an alternative suggestion.
Counter suggestion. Okay. Joe, 我们去吃饭吧.
我太胖了.
喝茶呢?
不要,太热了.
看电影呢?
看电影.太好了.这个可以.
How? All right, so we've reviewed our sentence structures today. Let's go back to the dialogue.
我们吃中国菜吧。
太油了，
日本菜呢？
太淡了，
印度菜呢？
太辣了，
法国菜呢？
太好了。
我们吃中国菜吧。
太油了，
日本菜呢？
太淡了，
印度菜呢？
太辣了，
法国菜呢？
太好了。
我们吃中国菜吧。
太油了，
日本菜呢？
太淡了，
印度菜呢？
太辣了，
法国菜呢？
太好了。
So in today's lesson, you learned how to make suggestions, how to refuse somebody, and how to make alternative suggestions.
All right, thanks for joining us. That's it for today. I'm Joy.
And I'm Joe.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now, here's a vocabulary recap.
中国菜
Chinese food.
吧
Suggestion particle.
油
Greasy.
日本菜
Japanese food.
呢
Alternative suggestion particle.
淡
Bland.
印度菜
Indian food.
辣
Spicy.
法国菜
French food.
ChinesePod, ChinesePod.